I think today, from a risk perspective, I would say probably the top risk will be cloud, for a very simple reason that everyone likes to move to it. The only problem is that often the case as we move to the cloud and move into cloud provider, we tend to leave our security behind on premise. We assume that the provider that we are going into will cover end to end. The challenge that you have in those aspects will typically be that there might be a mismatch in expectation. And that leaves yourself with a gap. Of course, you've also seen that recently there's been many big, I would say breaches, but it's more from a misconfiguration. The difference is when you misconfigure something online, on-premise within your own environment, typically it's limited to your own stuff. But when it's in the cloud, you open your S3 drive to the world, that mistake is now visible to the rest of the world to really capitalize on. So these are some of the challenges that enterprise have to start looking at as they move into the cloud. How do I move my security in there? How do I ensure that some of the policies I have on-premise still works in the cloud? Of course, on top of that, the other place that we see a lot of an increasing risk will be from the mobile space. If you think about it today, I'll be happy to bet that every single one of you here will probably have a smart device, some probably more than one. How many of you here probably have any form of security on your device? How many of you are using it for your corporate space? So when you think about that, it becomes quite scary, because if your mobile device today is something you're using in your corporate environment, for every other corporate device that you have, you probably have at least one security solution in there. Yet for the mobile world, that has not quite keep up with. Our own research has shown that it's probably only 1 or 2% of organizations out there have anything to do with mobile security. And this is nothing to do with the MDMs of the world. Because MDMs and the EMMs and UEM solutions, they are more about policy. So that's where we are seeing also risk increasing, and you can see that from the recent attacks that are happening, right? So these are some of the risks that we see that's happening from a security point of view. Of course, I think the usual stuff that we have been saying to death is that the traditional antivirus are no longer sufficient. But I think that's something that everyone in the room probably have heard of at least once already, right? That AV is no longer enough. You need something more than that. But that applies to across just by any surface that you are talking about today. So I think that would be where I see risk.